All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hey, switch. Watch it now, Barney.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Not today, baby, not today. Set,
To throw on 2nd down, Brock. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
All day, baby, all day. Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, D. Good stop. Set, blue 80. 57 to Mike.
Mariota now on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. For the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's checking. Detroit!
A handoff to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. Brock underneath. This is Bernard. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down. Brock. Caught by Nelson left side. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Gun!
On 1st down, Brock looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find the matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Let's bring it. Easy. One.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Flushed out right. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Strong right. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. One. 50's the Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Okay. One. Good. Where are they, team? Let's go. One.
Mariota on first down. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Second down, Mariota. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Where are they, team?
Mariota. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals getting set to go. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green.
Looking to throw. Brock going deep downfield for Ross. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
3 down. Watch out.
From the gun, Brock. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Deron Harmon, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards that time for number 19. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
What's left? What's left? I got him.
Mariota to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2. Now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Hold the look, hold.
On third down, that's Coleman. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Man left. Gun! Gun!
Off the play fake. Brock. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to throw. Brock dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Here we go now.
Looking to throw on second down. Brock. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And that'll be incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And it's second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On second down, Mariota again. Throwing deep here for Coleman. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Brock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, guys, check me out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. New England on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
57's Mike.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, Brock to Mixon on the check down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
So
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Throwing on first down. Brock. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. On first down, Brock. And they're not able to hook up there, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Detroit!
To throw again, Brock. And he finds Tyler Croft. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Barney! 4 down! Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39!
On 1st and 10, Brock. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go.
From the gun, Brock. It's caught. Nelson. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Operating from the gun, Brock. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Kroft in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Double tight! 3 down. Blue 80!
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game?
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Set! Blue 80!
This is Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Mariota from the gun on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Tight end right. What's tight? Tight end right. All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, the spin. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
I remember playing, and from a safety's perspective, when you saw a toss play and trying to see guys get to the edge and get outside, that was always a tough moment because where do you go to pick up the ball carrier? If they seal the edge and seal the perimeter, they're going to bounce that outside, and it's a lot longer run, and you've got to make sure your angle is right because once they get to the edge, they're going to pick up good yardage. Your job now is to make sure they don't go all the way for a touchdown. You have to become an excellent tackler against a lot of bodies out leading a runner. And on this play, the defenders were finally able to rally to the ball after a big pickup of yardage and herd him out of bounds.
Now Mariota. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Watch 88, watch 88.
Here's Mariota. Floating one, incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Patriots have it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go. You got tape.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
Throwing is Mariota. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Hauschka with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Barkley. That's complete to John Ross. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, we are. All right, here we go. Green.
Now Barkley. He's got it. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles. And
the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long here for Mariota. Coleman has it here right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Now they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Nelson. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hut.
They'll set up to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Here we go. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And hauling it in, Nelson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Out. 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18.
Single. Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike.
2nd down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Q26.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Bengals. 43 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Kill. Check 31.
They'll run here with Bernard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Watch tight end. Key the tight end.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Michael Kendricks able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. There's more where I came from.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, Mariota. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got three, fellas, we got three.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals getting set to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Being chased out left. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, all right now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. 57's the mic, watch 57. Watch the run, watch the run.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your